Hey guys, in this video we're gonna be checking out the top 5 best electric shavers that are available on the market for their true quality. I made this list based in my personal opinion and hours of research and have listed them based on popularity, quality, price, durability, user opinions and more. If you want to see more information in the updated price, you can check out the description below and also make sure subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the Panasonic ES-LF51. After our previous top pick was discontinued, see the Panasonic Arc4 ES-LF51-A below. We found what seems to be the successor to that Arc4. This is the Panasonic ES-LF51-A and it's a great overall shaver. Although Panasonic is not branding it with the same Arc4 name, its design fits right into the Arc4 of their incredibly complex and continually changing lineup. We've been using this Panasonic for over a year for both daily home use and travel use. It uses the same charging port as our previously tested Panasonic Arc4 ES-LF51-A, so we stowed away the extra charging cable while using both of these. This Panasonic ES-LF51-A is also more compact with 2 curved foil sections and a flat section on the head compared to one more of each on the Arc4. The drawback here is that there's less shaving surface. It is only slightly noticeable that this indeed adds a few seconds to shaving time for us each morning, so you may not even really notice unless you've come from a shaver with a larger head and are used to a quicker shave. To clean this electric shaver, you can pinch 2 sides of the foil and it pops off. A waterproof design lets you add soap, brush and run it underwater. You need to let it air dry, preferably in a warmer or sunlit location. We've noticed if you dry it too slowly it develops a smell. So cleaning is much like other wet, dry shavers we tested. Traveling with this shaver is great. For our first few trips we'd bring the charger but quickly learned that even for a week-long trip the battery is nowhere near hitting 0%, so we stopped traveling with a charger. Also, the plastic cover for the shaving head stays locked on much tighter than the Arc4. The Arc4's is so loose any slight bump in a drawer or toiletry bag and it comes off. We'd almost always find the cover fallen off in the drawer at home. But Panasonic got it right on this newer unit. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Braun Series 3. We tested 4 razors that will cost you around $50, and the Braun Series 3 is the only design we think is worth considering. Braun's engineering is represented well in the foil-type blades on the Series 3. The motor is clearly not as strong as the Series 7, and it's possible that the blades are made differently. But given how similar these razors are, Braun has done a great job making this feel like a noticeable compromise without making it terrible. We wish we could say the same for the other budget razors. Long stubble was the test that showed the most difference for us. The Series 3 is painful in 4-day growth, the Series 7 isn't. If you're not as sensitive to this prickly feeling you might be 100% okay with it, but if you want to go for a weekend without shaving, the Series 7 or Panasonic shavers are well worth the extra coin. The Series 3 didn't cut as close as the other shavers. Even the weak T-Series 5 managed to clean up stubble left behind by this budget model. That said, if you're okay with a bit of scruff returning at the end of each day, this might be a great razor for you. Compact in size and with a blade cover that doubles as a sort of button lock, this is a great shaver if you want something to stash in a bag or glove compartment. If the cover comes off in your gym bag when you stuff it in your locker, it's still vulnerable to accidentally powering on, but we like the simplicity of the design. At number 3, we have the Panasonic Arc4 ES-LF51-A. The Panasonic Arc4 doubles down on the multi-blade gimmick, and while it's a functional improvement over the Arc4 in some ways, the head is so bulky it's not a better shaver for most people. In practice, we're pretty sure we could get quicker shaves with the Arc4's extra foils, and in testing it seemed to clean up a few spots of short micro stubble left behind by the Arc4. Compared to the Braun Series 7, we'd say this is an easy win for Panasonic in overall performance and even comfort. The size of the head gets in the way, though, if you're trying to shave around a mustache or even just around your nose. On the chin it's a little bit better than other shavers just because you don't have to run as many passes to get the whole surface, but under the jawline it's hard to maneuver sideways to track against the grain for a close shave. The price of the Arc4 is good compared to Braun's top-end Series 9, so if you're not trying to do anything tricky with detailed maneuvering, this might be a better bet for the most luxurious shave you can get. For the rest of us, though, the price is just adding insult to a design that isn't quite there. At number 2, we have the Philips Norelco 3800. The Philips Norelco 3800 series is one of the company's mid-tier offerings at around $80. Packaging is complex even with a custom-designed plastic locking mechanism to hold it on display, so the unit looks better through the clear plastic display. After testing many different electric razors, some details become apparent that we didn't initially think would factor into what we like. We've become accustomed to the sound of the motors in some of these units. And upon powering on the 3800, this unit sounds very tinny and weak like a toy. Sure, it's quiet, but the rotary sounds on this unit didn't instill confidence. We put it through the test for a few weeks. No matter how many days into testing, this shaver snagged on hairs and skin somewhat. It didn't feel smooth, nor did it get better over time. This seems to be common with rotary shavers, so if you're not as sensitive as one of our testers in this regard, it may be a non-issue for you. Snagging aside, shaving took a relatively long time compared to other units we tested. There seems to be no real benefit of the adaptable 3-headed unit, or 5D, shaving this unit promises. The marketing angle seems to try to push sell us on hitting more angles at once comfortably, but when it comes down to it, it didn't improve total shave time. Whether or not the flexible and rotatable 3-shaver element head makes a difference in comfort may be subjective, but it didn't make a huge difference for us. The snagging of the cut overtakes any comfort the 5D cutting is supposed to provide. The cover on it is very secure, almost too secure. We felt like we might break it snapping it on, but once it's on, it's very secure. Since it's a triangle-shaped cover, it seems like it can almost snap on 3 different ways, but there are notches that match logos on the shaver, making it clear that it's only meant to fit on one way. This makes it somewhat harder to snap back on each time versus other shavers that have a cover that fits on 1 out of 2 ways, or 2 out of 2 ways. Its design is not obvious at all, but once you learn the orientation you'll be fine. And finally at number 1, we have the Panasonic Arc4 ES-LF51-A. Panasonic still sells a lot of these Arc4 shavers, but the middle child in the family has largely been forgotten. The extra foil doesn't make as much difference for speedy shaving as the massive surface area on the Arc4 seems to, but when the price dips down to $75, as it sometimes does, this might be worth considering for a slightly quicker shave than the Arc3. Compared to the Arc4, the bulkiness of the Arc4's head isn't nearly as much a problem, but the battery life was still a bit disappointing. We had hoped that this might represent a good compromise between the Arc3 and the Arc4. It's not a huge disappointment the way Braun's Series 5 is, but it's not a compelling choice, either. There's not any reason to buy this over the Arc3 unless you get a great deal on it. The Arc3 is still being developed and upgraded in Panasonic's Japanese lineup, so it will likely be easier to find blades for the Arc3 in the long term. The Arc4 ES-LF51-A is a design from 2012, while it's still current. According to Panasonic's US salespeople, we wouldn't bet on it staying that way for many more years. Thanks you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video is helpful to you, please make sure like, comment and subscribe. If you have any question related to this product, you can leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible.